Hey, this is KB, and I'm here with Richard Fallin, and we're just going to have a conversation about the turning point. There was a turning point when you realized your capabilities in business, or your capabilities, period, in life. What was that turning point?
Probably the big thing was in 1982. I decided I could be successful. I said, wow, I really can be successful. And then it's like, oh no, I won't have any of the same friends. I won't have any of this. I won't be married to the same woman. I have to leave all that behind. So it took me 2 years, agonizing. But if you're in the military and you're enlisted and you want to go to OCS, you got to leave that whole world behind. You're not allowed to fraternize. So it's kind of a similar thing. So sure enough, when I decided that I had to go for it, then within 2 years I was divorced and I didn't have any of the same friends, but I've never looked back. It's been an incredible journey. I used to tell people we grew up in a house with 3 bedrooms, 3 kids, but 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. We had 1 bar soap that had to share between the lavatory and the tub, and if you were in the tub, you had to get up and get it off the lavatory. So anyway, I go places and all my bathrooms have soap in them.
2 bars of soap.
Okay. And I went to somebody's house one time and they had 3 or 4 bars of soap in the shower. I said, man, they must have a lot of money,
Right.
Anyway, but I've never looked back. And back then I was buying houses and apartments, and I switched over to commercial. And then in 2006, I guess, I got into the fireworks business. And I didn't start at the bottom, work my way up. I just ended up with so many stores, and so that's been an incredible journey too. And so I'm not real good at delegating normally, but when we have 600 to 800 volunteers, I have to delegate because there's no way not to.
Right.
So that's been a good learning curve for me, and so I have an incredible staff they're great, and they'll do whatever they need to do, and so that's been very positive too. And so anyway, JT's been a lot of help. I've hired other people over times and to learn what I didn't know. But anyway, it's
So in going through this transition, have you always had coaches, or is it something that's come into your life?
I didn't always hire coaches. Sometimes I would talk to people and try to learn. So for instance, way back, I hired an electrician. But I hired me to be his helper. So that's kind of a coach too.
Got it. Yeah.
He was showing me the electrical. I hired a plumber, same thing. I was his helper, so I could learn from him. So he wasn't just coaching; it was on the job sort of thing.
Training, right?
But I learned that stuff. And then one time I hired a roofer, and I got up there and I was helping him, and then he showed me enough. One day he didn't show up, and I was able to get up there and finish the roof without him. So it's a pretty good coach.
Nice, yeah, right. That is an awesome coach. So you're also you have different, as we're sitting in his office building here, he has a lot of these different machines. There's a hyperbaric chamber. There's
Theta machine.
The Theta
the
machine.
That spin, yeah.
So it spins. So is it spin at a fast pace, or is it it's just a slow?
It's not that fast, and you don't really feel the spinning unless you have your head up.
Okay.
So you lay down and you feel the starting and the stopping, but it's about reprogramming your brain. So when your brain's in theta, just after you wake up, just before you go to sleep, it's the most absorptive state of your mind. So the machine is putting you in theta, and then it sends like audio, it sends electrical stimulation, and then visual. The visual is just a flashing white light, but people see colors, they see patterns. That's all in your brain. It's not from the machine. And so felt like I had, about 8 months ago, I had Parkinson's symptoms.
Okay.
And I didn't want that. So I got on the machine. It's on there. Parkinson's is one of the things. So I got on there and I ran it 28 days in a row and 25 of those twice a day. At the end of that time, no more symptoms.
Okay.
So MS is on there. And addictions, depression, all of that's on there. Weight loss, haven't done that yet, but it has a lot of different things. And so, and then Inner Voice is on there too. And Inner Voice is about, the one on the small device I have it analyzes your voice. It has over 7,000 frequencies is what it analyzes. And then when it does that, it'll send you frequencies to make up for your deficiencies in your voice. And if you play those, so last night when I went to sleep, to bed, I had my headphones on and I listened to that all night. And when I did the theta and I did inner voice, I could tell after 28 days my voice had changed. It was stronger.
It was stronger.
Yeah, so it's really cool.
That is really cool. Because we're all energy. Energy's ever flowing. And so it's important to come in and
we don't
recalibrate.
know a lot of that stuff. So learning and seeing all these machines and the interaction and how they each one do stuff has been an incredible learning curve. So I don't know. Do you know Wade McCrory?
I do not.
Okay. JT helped him get started with movie screens. He rents them out and stuff. But a few years ago, he was kicked in the head by a horse. And he has a steel plate in his head. So we were in Dallas. I had him hold one of these little devices. And so I said, here, hold this. And I ran for brains and emotions. And after about 4 minutes, he said, wow, I just had a big calm come over me. And he'd taken a lot of medicine for anxiety.
Right.
He got off the medicine.
Yeah, because the medicine, in my opinion, makes you even more out of it.
But he hadn't needed it. That calm came over and the emotion's gone. So,
what is the name of this device?
This AO scan.
That's the AO scanner. Are they similar? Is it similar to the Healy?
So, yeah, in the fact that they both do frequencies, this is easy to use. I have Healys too.
Yeah, that's what I have as a Healy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was at the launch of this. I have the full versions of this on computers. They're 38,000 a piece. I have 4 of them. I have the predecessor to this, which was the 9D, and the MRBA, which will do a blood test with no blood. You just put clips on and it'll scan. It measures amazing amount of stuff. And then the 9D is what the Russians used for cosmonauts in outer space remotely from the Earth. Well, it was the predecessor to this stuff. So I know the owner. He's been to my house. He's been to the clinic. He stayed at my house. And then when I go up there, I was at the launch, and then every year they have a 2-day gathering for people with this, and so I go to that every year too. So I know quite a bit about it. The Healy, I don't know enough about it, but this thing has more than anything I've seen. So.
All right, and we're also enjoying this hydrogen infused water.
So hydrogen's smaller molecules, so it gets in your system easier. But it's also, I don't know if this one is not, but the one I'm trying to get now is going to be structured and negative ions.
Okay.
Negative ions help get rid of stuff.
A lot of stuff.
Hydrogen's really more bioavailable for.
Got it. And it tastes good.
It should.
And it's hydrating you, right? So you're not just drinking
more than regular water.
More than, because regular water doesn't really. A lot of it doesn't hydrate you.
No.
I mean, it's giving your body what it needs, but it's not fulfilling what your body needs.
If you're dehydrated, sometimes it won't hydrate.
Right.
But so the water is clumped together, and if you structure it, it opens it up, and it's more bioavailable too. But when you add hydrogen's more bioavailable. People with cancer and stuff, I mean, I can't do it, but if I had it, I'd be drinking this all the time.
All the time. And our body recognizes it and knows what to do with it easily. Cool. So I work with sound frequencies with singing bowls. So I do on a different level. It's still a frequency, and we're still working with the energetic body. It's just a different modality.
So the devices have, and the Rife machine, they have specific frequencies. They mapped over 120,000 frequencies of the human body. And so, like, I woke up one morning with the sciatica problem. Will your bowl help that? Do you know?
Yes, it will, but I don't know if it would help in that same aspect. But it would help.
It may be a general thing, and then this can be specific.
Right.
So the sciatica, I woke up before I had sciatica problem, and I could hardly walk. And I put this on my back, and you don't have to, but I put it up with the sound all the way up. 30 minutes, I got up and walked out like I had no issue.
My sister could have used that. My sister could have used that. She just had an issue where it hurt her really bad. She couldn't walk.
Yeah, so sometimes it'll last, a week or two that you're still sore.
Right.
And so 30 minutes and you're back. I'm allergic to artificial dyes, so I've helped a lot of people with allergies. But for me, if I take a Benadryl, if I start getting swelling or tingling, it goes on for 45 minutes. It goes on. If I take a Benadryl, it's 45 minutes to an hour before it stops. This within 5 minutes.
Oh, so
and probably 3 minutes. So when we were in Dallas with JT and Adam Coffey, this a lady, her throat was closing up. I put it on allergies. Hold this. She said she could feel her throat opening
up.
And within 4 minutes, she said, "Here, it's open."
Yeah.
I mean,
that's beautiful.
Powerful.
That's very powerful. Yeah, that's very powerful. All right. Well, I appreciate your time today.
Welcome.
And talking.
So what is your name?
KB.
KB. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.